Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. I'm so excited to talk to you about something that is absolutely critical for each and every one of us, how the ups and downs of life impact us, and more importantly, how we can choose to harness those ups and downs to create the life we truly desire. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Life's ups and downs, that sounds like something I've heard before. But here's what I want you to realize today. Every single high and every single low you experience can be fuel for your growth. It can be your launch pad into something incredible. The key is not in the circumstances, not in what life throws at us, but in how we respond to those events. You see, the highs and lows of life are a guarantee. They're inevitable. But how we choose to let them shape us, that is what will determine our future. Let's dive in for a moment. Think about the highs you've experienced, those moments when you were on top of the world, when things seemed effortless, when every step you took felt like it was in alignment with your highest potential. How amazing did that feel? The wind was at your back. You felt unstoppable, right? And in those moments, you were energized. You felt gratitude. You felt like the possibilities were endless. Those moments are the fuel that keep us moving forward. But what happens when life shifts? What happens when the bottom falls out, when you're faced with challenges that feel insurmountable? Those lows, those dark moments can seem overwhelming. When we find ourselves there, we often feel fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And it's easy to think, why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? But here's the secret. Those moments are just as valuable as the high. In fact, they may be even more valuable. I know it's hard to hear, but it's true. Here's the truth that the world doesn't always tell us. Life is not linear. It doesn't just go from point A to point B without hiccups. Life is full of twists and turns. There will be moments when you're soaring, and there will be moments when you feel like you're crashing. But what separates those who thrive from those who don't is how we respond to those moments. When you're at a high, it's easy to feel confident. It's easy to believe in yourself, in your worth, and in your ability to overcome anything. But when you hit a low, it can shake your very foundation. It can make you question everything. But here's the most powerful thing I want you to hear today. The downs are not a reflection of who you are. They're an invitation to become more. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Every setback is a chance to learn something you couldn't have learned on the mountaintop. The truth is, we often learn more in our lowest points than we do in our highest. Why? Because we're forced to dig deep. We have to ask ourselves the tough questions. We have to confront parts of ourselves that we've been avoiding, and through that process, we transform. I've seen it time and time again. People who hit rock bottom, who thought their dreams were shattered, only to rise from that place stronger, wiser, and more aligned with their true purpose. That's the power of life's lows. They don't define us, they refine us. And let's not forget the power of contrast. Without the lows, we wouldn't know what the highs feel like. Without the darkness, we wouldn't fully appreciate the light. Imagine for a second if life were nothing but an unbroken string of perfect moments. Would you even feel the joy of the victories you experience? Would you recognize the beauty of the sunrise if you'd never seen the night? So I ask you, when you find yourself in a low point, what's your story? Do you say, this is it, this is the end of the road? Or do you choose to say, this is where I rise? This is where I grow. This is where I become unstoppable. You have the power to decide. And let me tell you something, that decision, right in the midst of your struggle, is where your power is. The moment you decide to take responsibility for your experience, to acknowledge that no one else controls your emotions, and that no circumstance, no matter how tough, can determine your future unless you allow it to, you take back control of your life. You stop being the victim and become the creator of your destiny. And let me tell you, when you take that step, when you begin to take action in spite of the tough times, that's when the magic happens. You shift your energy from reaction to creation. You stop waiting for life to be perfect before you take action. You start building the life you truly want right now. You build strength, resilience, and momentum. Here's a simple truth. The most successful people in the world are not those who have lived perfect lives. They are the ones who have faced the most adversity and chose to rise above it. They are the ones who have learned to dance with the ups and downs of life rather than let those ups and downs dictate their fate. Let's take a moment and look at the ups you've experienced in your life. What did they teach you? How did those moments of success shape your identity? Now think about the times when you were knocked down. What did those times teach you? What did they reveal to you about your strength, about your resilience? I want you to understand that each moment, every single high and every single low, is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Now the question becomes, how do you use these ups and downs? Do you allow them to control you, or do you leverage them for growth? I want to challenge you today to see every high and every low as a gift. See them as stepping stones on your journey. Recognize that you are not defined by your circumstances. You are not defined by your failures. You are defined by how you choose to respond. The next time life hits you with a low, instead of getting discouraged or upset, ask yourself, what's the gift in this? How can I use this to become better, stronger, and more aligned with my purpose? Remember, you are the creator of your reality. Your power lies not in avoiding the ups and downs of life, but in how you use them to fuel your growth. When you learn to harness both the highs and the lows, when you choose to view every challenge as an opportunity, you unlock the full power of your life. So the next time life throws you a curveball, don't fear it, don't run from it, embrace it. Because inside that moment is the seed of your transformation. It's the seed of your greatness. And that, my friends, is how the ups and downs of life can become the greatest allies in your pursuit of success, fulfillment, and joy. So go out there and own your journey. You've got this.